R.I.G Outdoors. Hope you all are doing well today. I promised you to do a video on my bow setup. And unfortunately, between moving in between parsonages and stuff, we had a new parsonage project going on. For some reason, my armrest and my release got misplaced, but this is my setup. It's a Bass Pro Shot Toxic. It's made by Diamond Archery, and I've had this bow for quite a while now. I had a Browning Vapor, and I really like that bow, but Browning went out of business and it wasn't warrantying their stuff anymore, so I went with Diamond, and they warranty their stuff, and it's been a good bow. It shoots about 330 feet per second. Of course, I have it set up with a trophy ridge sight here, which is with a level, and the bubble level really helps with keeping the arrow to fly straight and true. I have a stabilizer there, and of course that's really in the Whisker Biscuit, which I like a lot. The Whisker Biscuit is something that I changed to years ago, and the Whisker Biscuit to me is a phenomenal rest. I mean, I've shot many a times. I've shot at deer and have hit my mark, but with the Whisker Biscuit. And I started using those years ago. But all in all, this is a 70-pound bow with an 80% break off. And all in all, this bow is a good bow. I really enjoy it. It's a joy to shoot with target as well as to hunt with. And it's compact enough, as you can see, and it's balanced enough, but it's compact enough, as you can see, that I can use it in a ground blind with no problems. And in the state of Vermont, I can't use a crossbow at this time, so I'm back to using a vertical bow, and I'm glad I've got this bow so I can shoot in the ground blind or even in a tree stand. It's not so bulky that it's clinging and clanging around too much, and it's not a very noisy bow either. I mean, it's a smooth shooter. So why do I use compound versus traditional? I started out with traditional, and I will do a video on traditional bows sooner than later. But basically, the reason why I went from traditional to compound is because 6 years ago I had a stroke, and the doctors did not give me any hope to even shoot with my compound. They said I'd have to go to a crossbow, and which is, I don't mind shooting the crossbow, and I could get the permit here in Vermont, but the problem is I really like shooting the vertical bow. Nothing like having that vertical bow in your hand. So this is my setup. Like I said, I apologize that I don't have my release or anything, and that release is kind of old. It's about time for a replacement. But I have a full arm guard, and some people use the argument, well, if you shoot it right, you're not going to just nick your skin. And that's true. You know, if you cock your wrist wrong, you're going to hit your skin. But for me, I've shot with that large of a guard for a while, and I'm comfortable with it. And also, if I'm hunting in late season here in the North Country, it keeps the bulk of my snow gear down, away from the string, so the string doesn't deflect the arrow and move it to where I don't want it to go. I usually try to take a long shot, and it's been very effective with that as well. But this bow has been out in the field many times in West Virginia. I have shot at a doe with this down there. Unfortunately, I missed her, and it was my error for missing her, because I had a 125 grain broadhead, and I was practicing with 100 grain field points, and I wasn't dialed in for the 125 grain broadhead, so that's why I missed her. But just a short video here on what my my setup is. It's not a very grand setup, but it is a setup that I really like. It's not a heavy bow. It's great afield. It's a single cam system. Excuse me. I'm apologize for the cough. I'm just getting through this cold cycle here, and whenever it gets freezing, I start coughing a lot. But I apologize in advance for that. But this bow is an amazing bow, and it's deadly accurate, and I love shooting it. So at some point, I will be doing a review on my other setup, my Browning, and I'll show that to you. I don't hunt with it much because the replacement parts aren't there, but I do hunt with it every now and again, and I love that bow as well. Very comfortable to shoot. And I will also do a traditional versus compound video at some point, which is I'm looking forward to with that. But one of the reason why a lot of people ask me, why do you choose bow hunting? Well, there was a man that was a friend of my dad's that bow hunted a lot back in the 80s, and his name is Bob Dudash, and he taught me what he knew, and he's taught me on the recurve and as well as the longbow, and in fact, I've wore my recurve out like I've said before, and down the road as I got older and everything, my mom and dad bought me a compound for Christmas. It was a Barnett compound. That's when they had the adult compounds that they were putting out. Loved that bow. It was great, but I moved on to modern equipment and started out with a release with my Barnett, and then went into the full release system that clips onto your wrist and stuff, and didn't turn back. Love Trophy Ridge and their product. I'll go on for that for a minute. I have the vertical pins here, and it's a good setup. I like the vertical pins. It's pretty accurate. But I have the horizontal. Maybe I'm getting this reversed, but I have the pins up and down on my other bow, and I tell you what, that is a tack driver. Having them up and down versus side to side, and I don't mind the side to side, but to me, the up and down pins that stack for yardage is really an accurate system. Trophy Ridge makes a good system. I do have a light for this bow, and I like that for when low light situations happen. But other than that, yeah, I've used this hunting a lot. I would take it as reliable. I'd take it anywhere, anytime. And I actually want to try to get a turkey grand slam with my bow this year. Don't know if it'll happen, but I'm hoping. And then I also would like to do some hog hunting down the road with this bow as well. So thanks for watching. Just like and subscribe. If you're interested in any of this equipment, I will try to get a link below in the comments. If not, you can email me at my email that's attached to this account. I forgot, and I think it's info.rigoutdoors@gmail.com, and the rig is and it's R.I.G.outdoors@gmail.com, and I don't even know if they sell these anymore, but if they don't, Bass Pro still has their bow line, and is an amazing bow line that they have. Very dependable and very field worthy. So hope you have an amazing day. God bless you guys.